Pillow Talk is a 1959 romantic comedy directed by Michael Gordon, and it is starring Doris Day, Rock Hudson, and Tony Brandel, the perfect trio in my opinion. This movie will draw you in from start to finish. It tells the story of Jan Murrow, an interior decorator, and Brad Allen, a womanizing bachelor who share a telephone party line. After she unsuccessfully tries to file a complaint against him, he decides to woo her by masquerading as a Texas rancher. Everything seems to work until Brad's best friend finds out about the scheme and tries to put a stop to it. How to Marry a Millionaire is a 1953 romantic comedy. It is directed by Jean Negulesco and starring three of the most glamorous actresses of that time: Lauren Bacall, Marilyn Monroe, and Betty Grable. The story follows our three leading ladies' scheme to land wealthy husbands. I definitely enjoyed this movie. The story was very original, especially for that period of time. And it contains lots of laugh out loud moments. The fact that three amazing actresses were part of this project does not catch your eye, then the cinematography, costumes, and the music will certainly do it. How to Catch a Thief is a 1955 romantic thriller directed by Alfred Hitchcock and starring Cary Grant and Grace Kelly. Yes, the princess. The film follows the journey of a retired cat burglar who gets drawn to his former profession when an imposter preying on the wealthy tourists of the French Riviera masquerades as him. Funny Face is a 1957 musical romantic comedy directed by Stanley Donen, and it is starring Audrey Hepburn and Fred Astaire. The story is about an ugly duckling who turns into a glamorous model with the help of our hero. If you like romance, if you like songs, if you like dancing, and if you like Paris, this movie is definitely made for you. Rear Window is a 1954 mystery thriller directed by Alfred Hitchcock. The film stars James Stewart and Grace Kelly. The story is about Jeff, a professional photographer who is confined to a wheelchair in his Chelsea apartment because of a broken leg. His rear window looks onto a courtyard and several other apartments. During an intense heat wave, he watches his neighbors who keep their windows open to stay cool. Because of his neighbor watching, Jeff becomes convinced that one of his neighbors murdered his wife. And the story begins. This was a really interesting movie. It leaves you guessing from the start if there really was a crime. The actors were on point. James Stewart, of course, is really well known. And a plus to it, there is Grace Kelly, of course, one of the most glamorous actresses of that time. This movie was actually considered one of the greatest works by Hitchcock. Just go watch it.